everyone, my name is Ravi Prakash and welcome to first class of escalators. Okay, escalators, right? So study a very important topic in which question has been asked in CAT many times, CAT, ZAT, all the exams, right? Important exams, escalators. See, in escalators, let's see the concept. What is the concept behind it, right? You know what are escalators, right? We all have been in malls and all, right? Malls or on airports, right? Or somewhere in railways also, railway stations. We have seen escalators, right? What are escalators? They are moving stairs. They are moving stairs. Okay, so you've seen it, right? So this way, like keep on, they'll keep on moving, right? The escalators will keep on moving. It goes, then again comes back, right? Again, then goes. So just keep on moving the escalators, right? This is escalator. So see, what is in escalator? What we should first understand is, okay, that number of steps on escalator. Okay, number of, should write here. Very important point, right? So we can solve all such question on this concept. First point again, right? Number of steps on escalator when it is switched off. When it is switched off is always, when it is switched off is always constant. This is the USP of solving all problems, right? Number of escalators when escalator is switched off, right? Suddenly you switch off an escalator. Suppose in a shopping mall, right? There is escalator running from ground floor to first floor. When you switch off that escalator, right, the number of steps you count. Again you switch off this escalator after 5 minutes. Again you count the number of steps. That can't be different, right? That has to be same, no? That's why number of steps on escalator when it is switched off is always constant. Okay. So see here, when you suppose escalator is like moving stairs. Okay. So take example here that escalator, let's say speed of escalator I will write as e steps per second. Okay. Suppose what will happen now? Understand the situation. If E is equal to 1, if E is equal to 1 step per second, and if my speed is 2 step per second, okay, and in, let's say in 30 seconds, I reach from first floor to ground floor, right? So what is the value of n? What is the value of n here? Yes, this situation, just to understand escalator, right? Escalator is moving at a speed of 1 step per second. It is given E is equal to 1 step per second, right? So escalator is moving at a rate of 1 step per second. It is moving. Okay. Now, what I am doing, so it is like from, it is first floor to ground floor actually. Okay. That means we'll see that, okay, escalator is coming down from first floor to ground floor, right? Unless it is mentioned, right? Always move yourself in, move in direction of escalator. Unless it is mentioned, right? That means if it is written that you can climb up an escalator at the rate of 2 steps per second, that means, and if nothing is mentioned, that means escalator is also moving upward. If it is written that you can come down the escalator at a rate of 1.5 steps per second, and if nothing else is mentioned, that means if you are coming down, that means escalator is also coming down. Okay. So unless it is mentioned, don't take in opposite direction. Like escalator is going downward and we're trying to go up. Right? We all have tried this in all shopping malls, right? Escalators is coming down and we are going up, right? Try to go up. Okay. That's a different scenario. So if E is 1 step per second and my speed is 2 steps per second, right? If escalator is coming down. So right, sometimes what we do, what does this line means? My speed is 2 steps per second. So what does we do? So when you're going down the escalator, right? Sometimes we tend to move fast, right? So we try to jump steps. We try to run on the escalator. That is my speed, right? Because if I just go and stand still on the escalator, then I will simply go down at the speed of escalator. That is at 1 step per second. but my speed is 2 steps per second. That means escalator is going down and I am also jumping on escalator to reach the ground floor faster. Or we all have done in this when movies, right? When you're getting late for movies and we're in shopping malls, lift is completely full, right? What we do? We go by escalator and we just jump escalator. Escalator is going up and we just jump 2-3 steps at a time. 2 steps per second, 3 steps per second is our speed, right? That is when I am putting extra effort. Then escalator is also moving, taking me up, and I am also going up, right? Up by my effort also, right? So both are added, right? So in this case, escalator is coming down at the rate of 1 step per second, okay, and I am coming down and jumping steps at the rate of 2 steps per second, and in 10 seconds, that means in 30 seconds I reach the first floor to ground floor, okay. That means what is the number of steps on escalator? So escalator, I am moving to, and escalator is helping me, right? So it's adding to my speed. That means I am coming down at the rate of 3 steps per second. So I'm coming down at the rate of 3 steps per second, and in 30 seconds I reach down. That's for n is how much? 30 into 3, 90 steps. That means escalator has 90 steps, right? When we count the steps, when it is switched off. Otherwise we can't count this step, right? We can count this step only when escalator is switched off. Okay. So n is 30 into 3, 90 steps. N is 30 into 3, 90 steps, right? N is 90 steps. So speed of escalator is e steps per second. Okay, e is equal to 1. My speed is 2. So escalator, I am also jumping, I'm also running down, and escalator is also helping me, right, to move faster, because escalator is moving at the rate of some speed. Here it is 1 step per second. So 1 plus 2, that means I'm effectively coming down at this speed of 3 steps per second. Okay, and I came down in 30 seconds. So in 90 second, I came down in 30 seconds at the speed of 3 steps per second. The speed distance is what? Speed into time. Here in escalator, distance is measured in terms of steps. Right? How many steps? 90 steps. Okay, now, so that means I can write that n is obviously, right, n is number of steps on escalator when it is switched off. Number of steps on escalator when it is switched off. And n is always constant, right? N is always constant. Fine, n is always constant. Okay, this would never change. N is always constant. So what is n? So n is like, now what is happened in last question you saw? So in 30 seconds, in last slide with the question we discussed, right, my speed is 2 steps per second. Escalator speed is 1 step per second. Okay, and in 30 seconds I am coming down total. That means how to calculate n? So n is, my speed is 2 steps per second into 30 seconds, right? So I took 60 steps. 30 into 2, 60 steps. And escalator took, speed of escalator is what? 1 step per second. And in 30 seconds, escalator took how much? It took 30 steps. Okay. So total is 90, right? That means what is n? N is number of steps. N is number of steps taken by person plus number of steps taken by escalator. N is number of steps taken by person plus number of steps taken by escalator, right? I should write this case here. When escalator is moving in same direction as with the person. Okay, so when escalator is moving in same direction as with the person, right, the number of steps taken by person plus number of steps taken by escalator, that is, I have taken 60 steps. No, number of steps taken by person here is 60, because my speed is what? 2 steps per second, and in 30 seconds I came down. So I took 60 steps And escalator took how many steps? Escalator speed is what? 1 step per second. In 30 seconds, escalator will take how many steps? 30 steps. So 60 plus 30, 90. So number of steps taken by person plus number of steps taken by escalator. Okay. When escalator is moving in same direction as with the person, right? Now, take the reverse case. Take the reverse case. So in second case, when escalator is moving in opposite direction, as with the person or as of the person, when escalator is moving in opposite direction as of the person, right? That means escalator is going up and I am coming down. A person is coming down, right? This is opposite. This escalator is going up and I am coming down. Okay. So in this case, what will happen? Now let's say speed of escalator is, again, let's say speed of escalator here is 3 steps per second, and let's say my speed is 5 steps per second, and I'm able to come down, in let's say 10 seconds. Okay, so how many steps on escalator have been switched off? That is n, right? Again, discuss the scenario now. So it's when I'm going 5 steps downward, when I'm going 5 steps downward in 1 second, I'm going 5 steps downward and escalator is pushing me 3 steps up. Okay, 5 steps down I'm going in 1 second. In 1 second I'm going 5 steps down. Escalator is pushing me 3 steps up. That means effectively in 1 second I am going 2 steps down. Right? 5 steps down I am going. Escalator is pushing me 3 steps up. So effectively how much? 2 steps down, right? My speed has to be greater than escalator speed, right? So then only I can beat the escalator, right? That means if escalator is going upward, I am trying to come downward, and if I am successful, that means if I am able to reach the ground floor, that means my speed is greater than escalator speed, right? Now escalator is moving fast and I am moving slow. So how can I reach ground floor? No, I will always be on escalator, or escalator will push me towards the first floor, right? So I can't beat escalator. So if escalator is going up and I'm coming down, so my speed has to be faster than escalator so that I can come down, right? I can beat the escalator. Okay, so I'm going 2 steps down here. Okay, this is the meaning of it. So that means how to calculate n here? So n is steps taken by the person. That means my speed is 5 steps per second, and in 10 seconds I was on escalator. So n is how much? 5 into 10, 50. Now, but in the same time, escalator has pushed me every second 3 steps up, right? So escalator is every time I am coming 50 steps down, and escalator is moving me 3 steps per second up for 10 seconds, right? So minus 3 into 10. That is 50 minus 30, 20. So in this case, actually, n is steps taken by person minus steps taken by escalator right? It is minus now. It will write clearly here. Steps taken by person minus steps taken by escalator. Okay, so it is now opposite, right? If I am going in opposite direction, it has to be minus, because I am going downward, escalator is pushing me upward. So steps taken by me minus steps taken by escalator will give me the effective step, right? Like here, 5 minus 3 will be 2. Okay, I hope you got this beautiful concepts, right, of escalator. I will start doing questions, right? This is a very nice concept of escalator. Okay, now one more very important point in escalator. Okay, see, when when man is moving in direction with escalator. Okay, right? So what is effective speed? You see, what is effective? I'm taking effective, right? What is effective? What is effective speed? If man is going with direction with in direction with escalator, that is, man's speed is, let's say, m steps per second, and escalator is speed is e steps per second, right? Let me draw a diagram to show it. So escalator is going upward, okay, and man is also going upward. So man speed is m steps per second, and escalator speed is e steps per second, and m steps per second, right? So what is effective speed here? It is m plus e. It is m plus e. Now in second case, when escalator is switched off, right? In that case, man is going upward with his own speed, right? That is m. So what is effective speed in this case? M, right? In third case, when escalator is coming downward and man is going upward. This is what the case. This is the case of what? Man's speed is again m steps per second. Escalator speed is again e steps per second. So what is effective? M minus e. M minus e. Okay. That means m plus e, m and m minus e. These three are very important point and a super duper concept, right? You won't find this concept in any of these books. Okay. M plus e, m and m minus b. This data is in AP. AP. This data is in AP. That is arithmetic progression, right? You see here, difference between any two consecutive terms is same. Difference between any two consecutive terms is same. So this effective speed, right? That means these speeds are in AP. Since distance is constant here, because the escalator has got a particular distance. Okay. Since distance is constant, speed is inversely proportional with time. That means if speeds are in AP, okay, then its inverse, time will be in HP. Again, a super duper application of AP-HP concept. Same funda in boats and streams also, right? Boats and streams. Think this funda: boat going with river, boat going in still river, and both going against river, right? Again, same thing. We'll discuss same concept there also in boats and streams. Okay. So when speeds are in AP, then time will be in HP. Correct. Very important point. Time will be in HP. Okay. So we'll discuss question on this. Okay. Now question. Now see, first one is also super question, first one, right? But you can solve it very easily because you've done all the concepts now. You can do it very easily. It takes 48 seconds for a person to climb up a moving up escalator. Okay, that means time, right? Moving up escalator. So time taken to climb up. Is how much? 48 seconds. And 60 seconds to move down the same moving up escalator. That means he is coming down on the same escalator, right? Time taken to come down on the same moving up escalator. That means he's going against. Just mention that he is going against it, right? Against the escalator is going upward, he is coming down. He comes down in 60 seconds. Okay. So time going in up, time going in down 60 seconds. How long it will take for him to move up the escalator when time is switched off? When it is switched off, right? So now time in going up when switched off, right? In switched off. So this corresponds to what? You see, this corresponds to what? Again, same thing which we discussed in last slide. Effective speed, man going with escalator, man plus escalator. Man's speed is m steps per second, escalator speed is e steps per second. It's adds up. When escalator is switched off, only m. When man is going against escalator, m minus e. So obviously speeds are in AP. Well, in these three cases, speeds are in AP. So if speeds are in AP, then obviously time will be in HP. Then these three times will be in HP. Okay. That means T is the harmonic mean of these two data, right? We know, no? You remember, right? If A, B, C are in HP, then B is equal to 2AC by A plus C. B is the harmonic mean of A and C. Therefore, here also T is what? T is 2 into 48 into 60 by 48 plus 60. Right? That is 96 into 60 by 108. 12 8 ja, 12 9 ja, 3 3 ja, 320. 160 by 3. Time is how much? Time is, therefore, time comes out to be 160 by 3. That is 53.33 seconds. That is the answer for this absolutely super question, right? And a brilliant concept. When man escalator, right? When man is going up on the escalator, when man is going up on the escalator when it is switched off, when man is going down the same escalator when escalator is moving upright, all these three speeds, effective speeds, are in AP. So since distance is constant, its inverse will be in HP. What is the speed inverse? Time. Time will be in HP. These three time are in HP. So always the middle one. This is the middle one, right? Middle one is always the harmonic mean of the two extremes. Okay, that is A and B. That is time for going with up the escalator, with down the escalator. 48 and 60. Okay, now move to next question. Same concept we'll do in boards and streams also. On super question we can do it very easily. Okay. Now here A takes 11 steps to reach the bottom of an escalator in 35 seconds, right? B walks on the same escalator and takes 39 steps in 21 seconds to reach the bottom. How many steps are visible on escalator when it is not moving? When it is not moving, again we can do it again it very easily. We can do it. Just remember this funda which we proved. N is what is N? Number of steps on escalator when it is switched off is number of steps taken by person plus number of steps taken by escalator, right? Escalator. Okay, what is N here? Number of steps taken by person plus number of steps taken by escalator, and mark that N is always constant. N is always constant. This is the main USP of solving problems. N is always constant. We'll make N as always constant. N is number of steps on escalator when it is switched off. Okay. So see, in first case, what is N here? So N in case of A takes 11 steps to reach the bottom escalator in 35 seconds. Okay. So number of steps taken by person, that is how much? 11 plus number of steps taken by escalator. So that is, I know escalator traveled for 35 seconds, but I don't know number of steps taken by escalator. So let's say speed of escalator is equal to E steps per second is equal to E steps per second. Speed of escalator is E steps per second. So it is 11. Okay. So in this case, what is N here? So N here is, N in case of A is how much? Steps taken by A, that is 11 plus. Now speed of escalator is what? E steps per second. So in 35 seconds, escalator will take how many steps? So number of steps taken by escalator is how much? 35 into E. 35 into E. This is the first equation. Understand very carefully, right? This is a very simple question if you get the logic. In every question, I'll be doing same funda. Equating N, that's it. Nothing else I'll do. This is a super method to solve this kind of question. Okay. Now, N in case of B, again, number of steps taken by the person. So B takes 39 steps. Okay. Plus number of steps taken by escalator. So in case of B, escalator kept moving for 21 seconds, right? So in 21 seconds, at the speed of E steps per second, escalator will move how much? 21 into E. So 21 into E. This is in case of B, right? Now, since I told you N is always constant, right? N is always same. Therefore, number of steps is always same. NA equal to NB. Therefore, 11 plus 35E is equal to 39 plus 21e. Or what is the value of e from here? Or 14e is equal to 28. Therefore, e is equal to 2 steps per second. 2 steps per second, right? So if e is 2, you can put the value of e2 in any of these two equation. If you put e as 2, what is the answer? Answer is n is how much? 11 plus 35 into 2. That is 81. So 81 is the answer for this question. Very good question to start escalator. Right, start escalator. Not start escalator. Start escalator questions. Okay. It's a bad joke. Right. So this n equal to how much? N is 81. So 81 is the answer for this question. Okay. Now move to next question. Or we'll do next question next video. Right. We'll continue this escalator in next video. Okay. Thank you.